Your cat has been saying I love you every single day of their entire life. Every morning when they wake up. Every evening when you come home. Every quiet night when they curl up beside you. Every single moment they have spent with you, they have been speaking to you, pouring their heart out to you, telling you things that most people never get to hear from anyone. And you had absolutely no idea it was happening. But that changes right now, because in the next few minutes, I am going to show you something that is going to completely transform the way you see your cat forever. Not just a little bit, not just, oh, that is interesting. I mean, deeply, fundamentally, permanently change the way you look at that little creature who shares your home and your life. I have been studying cat behavior for years. I have read the research. I have spoken to animal behaviorists. I have heard hundreds of stories from cat owners around the world. And what I have learned is that cats are capable of a kind of love that is so quiet, so steady, so completely unconditional that most humans will never even come close to experiencing it from another person. Your cat loves you like that, right now. Today. They have been loving you like that since the first day they came into your life. And by the end of this video, you are going to feel it. Really feel it. Not just understand it in your head, but feel it in your chest. That warm, full, almost overwhelming feeling of being truly and completely loved by another living creature. So stay with me. Do not click away. Because sign number 5 sign number 5 is something that is going to stay with you for the rest of your life. I promise you that. Let's begin. Hey, welcome back. And if you are new here, welcome. I am so genuinely glad you found this video today because what I am about to share with you is something that millions of cat owners around the entire world simply do not know. They live with their cats every single day. They feed them, they pet them, they laugh at them, they laughed at them, they love them. But they are missing the most important part. They are missing what their cat is actually saying to them. Now let me ask you something honest. Have you ever looked at your cat and wondered, does my cat actually love me? Like really, truly love me? Or am I just the person who fills their bowl and keeps the heating on? I think every cat owner has asked that question at least once. And it is a completely fair question. Because cats are not like dogs. Dogs make it easy. Dogs jump on you and wag their tails and lick your face and bark with excitement when you walk through the door. Their love is loud. It is obvious. It is impossible to miss. But cats are different. Cats are quiet. Cats are subtle. Cats are mysterious. They do not wear their hearts on their sleeves. They speak a completely different emotional language. A language built from tiny gestures and small moments and little everyday things that we walk right past, without even noticing. And that is exactly the problem. Every single day, our cats are expressing love to us in ways that are so gentle, so understated, so woven into the ordinary fabric of life that we completely miss them. We brush them aside. We do not even register them. But scientists and animal behaviorists who have spent their careers studying feline emotion and communication have found something that is truly extraordinary. Cats are not cold. They are not emotionless. They are not the selfish, indifferent creatures that people who have never owned one like to describe them as. In fact, research shows that cats form emotional bonds with their humans that are just as deep, just as real, and just as powerful as the bonds that dogs form. Just as deep as the bonds that humans form with each other. The difference is not in the depth of the love. The difference is only in how they express it. So today, I am going to be your translator. I am going to take the secret language of your cat and turn it into something you can hear and feel and understand. I am going to show you 5 signs backed by real animal behavior science that prove beyond any doubt that your cat loves you with everything they have. Some of these will surprise you. Some will make you smile. And at least one of them I can almost guarantee is going to make your heart feel so full you will not know what to do with it. Especially sign number 5. Do not skip ahead. Trust me. Stay with me all the way. Go through. You will not regret it for a single second. Sign number 1. The slow blink. I want you to think back right now. Think back to a quiet moment with your cat. Maybe you were sitting on the sofa reading a book. Maybe you were just having a slow, lazy morning in bed. Maybe you were sitting at your desk working and your cat was nearby on the windowsill, and your cat was looking at you. Just sitting there, looking at you with those big, beautiful, mysterious eyes. And then very slowly their eyes started to close. Halfway. And then opened again. Slowly. Softly. Like they were barely awake. You probably smiled. Maybe you thought, oh, my cat is getting sleepy. Maybe you thought it was cute and went back to what you were doing. Maybe you did not think about it at all. But here is what was actually happening in that moment. Your cat was telling you they loved you. Animal behaviorists, the scientists who dedicate their entire professional lives to understanding how animals think and feel. And communicate, they have a name for this? We call it the cat kiss. And it is one of the most studied, most well documented, most scientifically supported forms of cat communication that exists anywhere in the research literature. When your cat looks at you and slow blinks, they are doing something that requires an enormous amount of trust. Let me explain exactly why. Think about what it means in the animal world to close your eyes. Closing your eyes means you cannot see predators coming. It means you cannot react to threats. It means you are completely and totally and utterly vulnerable. In the wild, cats almost never fully close their eyes unless they are in deep sleep in a place where they feel 100% safe from everything. Their survival literally depends on keeping their eyes open and their senses sharp at all times. So when your cat sits across the room from you, looks directly into your eyes, and then slowly and deliberately closes them halfway and opens them, so again, they are making a choice. A deeply meaningful, deeply vulnerable choice. They are saying, I am so safe with you that I am willing to close my eyes. I trust you with my life. You are my safe place in this entire world. Out of every person and every place and everything in existence, you are the one I choose to be vulnerable with. Is that not one of the most beautiful things you have ever heard? Now, here is the part that is going to make you want to run to your cat immediately. You can actually have a conversation with your cat using slow blinks. A real back and forth conversation. Next time your cat is looking at you, try this. Look at them softly, not a hard, direct stare, because in cat language, a hard stare is actually threatening, but a soft, relaxed, gentle look. And then very slowly close your eyes halfway. Hold it for just a moment and gently open them again. And then wait. Most of the time, your cat will slow blink right back at you. And in that moment, you and your cat will have just said, I love you to each other. In their language, on their terms. A real conversation about real feelings. Scientists at the University of Sussex did a formal study on this in 2020. They found that cats were significantly more likely to slow blink at humans who slow blinked at them first. And after the slow blink exchange, the cats were significantly more likely to approach that human, to want to be closer to them, to seek out their presence. Think about what that means. Your cat is not just responding to a visual pattern. They are responding to warmth. They recognize emotional safety when they see it. They feel it. And they want to move toward it. They want to move toward you. The next time your cat slow blinks at you and you are too busy on your phone to notice, I want you to remember this. Your cat looked at you. And in that moment, they chose to be vulnerable. They chose to close their eyes. They chose to say, out of everyone and everything in this world, you are the one I trust completely. You are the one I love. That is not a small thing. That is everything. Sign number 2. The head bump. Scientists call it bunting. Let me paint you a picture. It is early morning. The sun is just barely starting to come through the curtains. You are still half asleep, somewhere in that warm, comfortable space between dreaming and waking up. Everything is still and quiet and soft, and then you feel it. Something small and warm pressing against your face. A tiny forehead. Pushing softly but deliberately into your cheek, or your chin, or the side of your nose. Just pressing there. Warm and gentle and steady. Your cat has come to say good morning. Now, most people in that moment smile and think how affectionate, how sweet. And then they get up and make coffee and feed the cat and move on with their day. But they never stop to ask, what was that actually? What was my cat doing? Here is the science. Cats have scent glands in several locations on their bodies there. Their cheeks, their chin, the base of their tail, and most importantly for this particular behavior, their forehead. When your cat bumps their forehead against you, those scent glands release a chemical signal. A scent that is completely and uniquely theirs, and they are pressing that scent onto you. Now I know what you might be thinking. Is my cat just marking me like I am a piece of furniture or a scratching post? Number. Absolutely not. The science goes so much deeper than that. Cats live in social groups called colonies. And within those colonies, cats who are truly bonded, who genuinely care about each other, share a group scent. They rub against each other and head bump each other and groom each other, all to create one shared communal smell that says, we belong together. We are family. We are one group. When a cat does not trust another animal or person, they do not share their scent. They stay separate. They keep their distance. They protect that part of themselves. But when your cat walks across the room specifically to find you and presses their forehead against you, they are doing the most intimate bonding behavior that exists in the cat world. They are saying, you are part of my group. You carry my scent. I carry yours. Together we belong to each other. You are not just their owner. You are not just the human in the house. In their mind and in their heart, you are family. The kind of family that shares everything. And here is something even more beautiful about this. Cats only do this with individuals they have specifically and personally chosen. You cannot force a cat to head bump you. You cannot train it. You cannot trick them into it. It comes entirely from them, completely naturally and spontaneously, only when they feel a deep and genuine sense of love and belonging. Which means every single time your cat crosses the room and presses their tiny forehead against you, they made a choice. In that exact moment, they chose you. Again, for the thousandth time, they chose you. Every morning your cat comes to give you a head bump is a morning they are starting their day by choosing love. By choosing you specifically out of everything else in their world. Next time it happens, try pressing back very gently. Just the tiniest amount of pressure back against their forehead. You are responding in their language. You are saying, yes, I choose you too, I feel it too, we belong to each other. Most cats will respond by pressing harder or rubbing their entire face. Go along here because you spoke to them and they understood exactly what you said. Sign number 3. Kneading? Or as the internet has so perfectly named it, making biscuits? Here is the scene. You are finally sitting down after a long, exhausting day. You have your cup of tea or coffee. You are comfortable. There is something good on in the background. You are relaxed for the first time all day. And then your cat jumps up. They walk in a little circle on your lap. Once, twice. And then they stop. Oh, and they start doing it. Push, pull, push, pull. Left paw, right paw, left paw, right paw. Over and over, rhythmic and steady. Sometimes the claws extend slightly. Sometimes there is a little drool. Their eyes go half closed and distant, like they have traveled somewhere else entirely in their mind, making biscuits. In full glorious effect. Some people absolutely love this. They find it endearing and cute and they will sit there for as long as their cat wants to keep going. Some people find it a little uncomfortable, especially when the claws get involved. And some people honestly just wonder why their cat keeps doing this repetitive kneading motion on their legs and what on earth it actually means. Here is the answer. And it goes all the way back to the very first moments of your cat's life. When a kitten is born, it is tiny and completely helpless, eyes sealed shut, unable to regulate its own temperature, completely dependent on its mother for absolutely everything it needs to survive. Oh, and the very first thing that newborn kitten learns to do, the very first physical skill they develop is kneading. They press their tiny paws against their mother while they nurse, pushing and pulling rhythmically, and that pressure stimulates the flow of milk. It is literally how they eat, how they survive those first critical weeks of life. But beyond the physical survival aspect, kneading becomes associated with everything that is warm and safe and loving in that kitten's entire existence. The warmth of their mother's body beneath their paws, the sound of her heartbeat, the smell of her fur, the complete and total security of knowing they are fed and protected and loved and safe. Every single one of those feelings gets wired into the act of kneading during those earliest weeks of life. So when your adult cat, your full-grown, independent, capable cat climbs onto your lap, circles around, and starts making biscuits on your legs, they are going back to that place. That feeling. The most primal, most deeply embedded sense of safety and warmth and love that exists anywhere inside them. A feeling connected to their very first memories, their very first moments of being alive in this world. And they feel that feeling when they are with you. Let that land for a moment. Your cat needs on you because being with you activates the same deep neurological and emotional response as being with their mother when they were a newborn kitten. You give them that feeling. You, just by existing and being present and being warm and constant in their life, give your cat the feeling of being completely and utterly safe and loved. You did not have to do anything special. You did not have to earn it. You just had to be there. And being there was enough. More than enough. It was everything. Not all adult cats need. Cats who were separated from their mothers too early sometimes need excessively as adults because they are still searching for that feeling they missed. And cats who need contentedly on their humans have found something extraordinarily rare. They have found a person who makes them feel as completely safe and as deeply loved as their mother made them feel in the very beginning of their life. Next time your cat starts making biscuits on you, even if the claws are a little much, try to stay still for a little while. Put a soft blanket on your lap to protect your legs. And just let them go back to that feeling. Let them feel safe with you. Because in that moment they are trusting you with the most vulnerable and most beautiful part of who they are. Hey! I want to stop for just 1 second. If you are still here, if you are still watching, genuinely thank you. It means so much. And if anything in this video so far has made you think of your cat, if you felt that warmth in your chest even for a moment, please hit that like button right now. It takes 1 second and it helps this video reach more cat lovers who really need to hear this. And if you are not subscribed yet, please do it now because signs 4 and 5 are the ones that people share with everyone they know. You do not want to miss them. Okay, let's keep going. Sign number 4, bringing you gifts. I need you to be open-minded for this one, because this particular expression of love is not always pleasant to receive. Maybe it has already happened to you. You walk into the kitchen one morning and there is something on the floor that was not there the night before. Maybe it is a toy mouse. Maybe it is a hair tie they found somewhere. Maybe, and this is where it gets very real, maybe it is a dead bird. Or a mouse. Or something you cannot quite identify and honestly would rather not try to. And your cat is sitting right next to it, looking up at you, with the most proud, satisfied, self-congratulatory expression you have ever seen on a living creature. Tail up, chest out, completely convinced they have done something magnificent. And your reaction is probably not, "Oh great." But before you grab the cleaning supplies, before you say anything, I need you to understand what just happened. Your cat just did something extraordinary for you. Something that in their world represents one of the highest forms of love that exists. In the wild, cats are hunters. Precise, patient, extraordinarily skilled hunters. Hunting takes enormous energy. It takes focus and strategy and physical effort. A successful hunt is not easy. It is an achievement. It is something genuinely valuable and precious in the cat world. And researchers who study wild cat colonies have documented extensively a particular behavior. Cats bring their kills to members of their group who they care about. Mother cats bring prey to their kittens to feed them and to teach them to hunt. Cats in colonies bring food to sick members, to elderly members who can no longer hunt effectively for themselves. It is an act of provision, of care, of wanting to make sure the ones you love are fed and looked after and provided for. When your cat brings something to you, whether it is a real catch from outside or their favorite toy from across the room, they are performing that exact same behavior. They are looking at you and thinking, this person matters to me. This person is my family. And I want to provide for them. I want to make sure they have what they need. I want to take care of them. They are not trying to disturb you. They are not being strange. They are expressing one of the deepest and most instinctual forms of love available to them. They looked at you, a full-grown human being many times their size, and thought, I need to take care of this person. They need me. Your cat felt protective of you, nurturing toward you, responsible for your well-being. That is what that gift on the kitchen floor actually represents. Here is the beautiful part. Your cat watches your reaction very closely after they deliver a gift. They want to know, did it make you happy? Did you appreciate what they did? So even if what they brought you makes your stomach turn, try to acknowledge it positively. You do not have to touch it, but look at your cat. Smile at them. Say something warm and gentle, because your cat will understand. They will see that their gift mattered to you. And that will make them feel that they have done something genuinely wonderful for the person they love. Because they have. Before I tell you sign 5, I want to share a story with you. A real story about a real person. Oh, and a real cat. I think about this story often. And I think once you hear it, you will too. There was a man named Thomas. He was in his late 60s. He had retired a few years before and moved to a smaller apartment in a quiet part of the city. His children were grown and lived far away. His wife had passed some years earlier. And slowly, without really noticing it happening, Thomas had become very lonely. Not dramatically lonely, not crying every day or unable to function, just quietly, but persistently empty inside. Like the color had slowly drained out of everything. Like every day was just a repetition of the one before it. Wake up, make coffee, watch the news, go to bed, do it again. The days had stopped meaning very much. One evening in December, he heard something outside his apartment door. A small sound. Barely anything at all. Almost nothing. He almost ignored it and went back to his television. But something made him get up, and when he opened the door, he found a cat. She was small and thin and completely soaking wet from the rain. Her fur was matted against her tiny frame. Her ribs were visible. She was shaking from the cold. And she looked up at him with these enormous green eyes and made the smallest, most exhausted, most heartbreaking little sound he had ever heard from an animal. Thomas said, just for tonight. Just until the rain stops. That was 9 years before he told this story in an interview. He named her Luna, because she had come to him on a dark night and brought a little light into it. And here is the part of the story I want you to really hear. Every single morning for 9 years, without a single exception, Luna would find Thomas wherever he was in the apartment, and she would press her tiny forehead against his hand, or his cheek, or his knee, and she would look up at him and slow blink. Slowly, softly, every morning, without fail, for 9 years. Thomas said in that interview, I never felt alone after she came. Not once. Not for a single day. Because every morning she reminded me that I mattered to someone. That someone was genuinely happy I was there. That someone had chosen me and kept choosing me every single day. He said she saved my life. Not in a big dramatic way. Not in any way you could put in a movie. Just quietly. Every morning. She just kept showing up and reminding me that I was worth loving. Thomas is in his late 70s now. Luna passed away at 14 years old. He was with her at the end. He held her the whole time. And he said that he told her she had given him the best 9 years of his life. That she had given him his life back. That is what cats do when they love you. They just keep showing up. Every day, quietly, consistently. Without needing anything grand in return. Just your presence. Just you. And that kind of love, that quiet, steady, every single morning kind of love is rarer and more precious than most of us will ever fully realize. Sign number 5. They follow you. Everywhere. This one is so ordinary that most people never think about it even once. It is so completely woven into the daily fabric of life with a cat that it becomes invisible. It becomes background noise. It becomes just the way things are. But it is one of the most profound things your cat does. And when you truly understand what it means, when you really let it in, you will never take it for granted again. Here is how it goes. You get up from the sofa to go to the kitchen. And within seconds, your cat appears in the kitchen. You go back to the living room. Cat follows. You go to the home office to work. Cat settles on your desk or on the chair in the corner or right under your feet. You go to the bathroom and your cat either follows you in or sits directly outside the door and waits. Every room. Every time. Without fail. People laugh about this. My cat is my shadow. I can never be alone in my own house. My cat thinks I need supervision at all times. And it is genuinely funny. It is one of the most universally relatable things about sharing your life with a cat. But here is what nobody talks about. Here is what nobody stops to think about. Cats are not pack animals. Unlike dogs who evolved alongside humans over thousands of years and developed deep hardwired social instincts as a result, domestic cats are descended from solitary wild hunters. Cats in the wild do not need a companion to hunt successfully. They do not need a group to survive. They are perfectly and completely designed to be entirely alone and to be perfectly fine with it. More than fine. Thriving. Cats are among the most independent animals on earth. Self-sufficient, self-contained, complete on their own. So when your cat, this perfectly independent, perfectly capable, perfectly self-sufficient creature, chooses to get up from their warm, comfortable, settled spot and follow you from room to room, there is no biological instinct driving that behavior. There is no evolutionary pressure pushing them toward you. There is no survival advantage to be gained. There is only one thing, one single, pure, simple reason. They want to be near you. That is it. That is the complete and entire explanation. They want to be near you. You are their favorite place in the world. Not the sunny spot by the window. Not the warm blanket on the sofa. Not the comfortable cushion they have had for years. Not any of those things. You. Specifically you. Wherever you happen to be in the house at any given moment, that is the place they most want to be. Think about the last time your cat followed you. Really think about it. Maybe it was this morning. Maybe it happens so many times every day that you have completely stopped registering it. You got up and went somewhere and your cat got up and came too. And you did not think about it for another second because it is just what they do. It is just normal. But your cat made a choice in that moment. They were comfortable. They were settled. They were warm and relaxed. And they chose to leave all of that comfort, all of that ease, just to be in the same room as you, not to get food, not because you called them, not for any reason except that being near you was more valuable to them than any comfort they were leaving behind. That is love. Not the dramatic love of grand gestures and declarations, not the loud, obvious love that announces itself, the quiet love, the everyday love, the I will get up from my warm spot for the 1000th time just to follow you to the kitchen for no reason love. There is a concept in human relationships called the love of presence. The idea that sometimes the greatest expression of love is not doing something spectacular or extraordinary. It is simply showing up consistently, reliably, every single day, without being asked, without needing recognition for it. Your cat has understood this completely and practiced it perfectly from the first day they came into your life. They cannot buy you flowers. They cannot write you letters. They cannot say the words. But they can follow you into every room of your house every single day. They can be there when you wake up. They can settle beside you when you are sad. They can appear at your feet when you are working. They can wait outside the bathroom door with the patience of someone who has nowhere else they would rather be. They can simply always be there. And they are, every day, without fail. Your cat follows you everywhere because you are their whole world. Not part of their world. Not a nice, comfortable part of a larger life. Their entire world. Their anchor. Their reason. Their home. That little creature who weighs almost nothing, who came into your life perhaps almost by accident, has built their entire existence around you. Their daily schedule. Their sense of safety. Their happiness and peace and comfort. All of it centers on you. All of it comes back to you. And every single time they get up and follow you from room to room, they are living out that truth quietly and completely and loyally. Every time, without exception. For as long as they live. I hope you never walk through a room in your home again without noticing your shadow. And I hope when you do notice it, you feel exactly what it is. The purest, most uncomplicated, most devoted love that exists. Let's bring this all together one final time because I want these 5 things to live in you. When your cat slow blinks at you, they are saying, I trust you with my life. When they head bump you, they are saying, you are my family, you belong to me and I belong to you. When they knead on your lap, they are saying, you give me the same feeling of safety and love that I felt in the very first moments of my life. When they bring you gifts, they are saying, I want to take care of you, you matter to me, I feel responsible for you. And when they follow you from room to room every single day without being asked and without needing any reason beyond wanting to be near you, they are saying, you are my whole world. You are my favorite place to be. 5 signs, 5 languages, 5 ways your cat says every single day the 3 words they can never actually speak to you. I love you. They have been saying it since the very first day, in their own quiet and subtle and completely beautiful way. They have been saying it every morning and every evening and every ordinary moment in between. And now you know how to hear it. Before you go, tell me in the comments which of these 5 signs does your cat show you? I want to know. I read every single comment. And if your cat shows you all 5, you have one of the most loving and devoted cats in the world, and I hope you know just how lucky you are. Please share this video with someone who has a cat, or someone who has a cat, or someone who has lost a cat and needs to be reminded of how deeply they were loved. This video is for them too. And if you want to go even deeper into the emotional world of your cat, I have another video that is going to absolutely change everything you think you know. Make sure you are subscribed so you do not miss it. Until then, go find your cat right now. Look at them. Really look at them. And know that they are looking back at you with more love than you will ever fully understand. Give them a slow blink from me. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And take care of those little creatures who have given everything they have just to be near you.